New details on that breaking news overnight from Southern California. Christopher Dorner's run from the law appears, and we should very, strongly emphasize that word at this point, appears to have ended inside that mountain cabin.
That's where a gun battle ensued, followed by a raging fire. Police say before Dorner holed himself inside of that cabin, he killed a deputy sheriff, bringing the murder toll to 4. ABC's Brandi Hitt is joining us from Los Angeles with the very latest. Good morning, Brandi.
Good morning, Rob and Diana. The fiery and deadly shootout with police is over. Now authorities are sifting through a massive crime scene as we wait for official word that a suspect believed to be Christopher Dorner was killed.
This is a relentless fire.
An intense standoff turned inferno. The manhunt for accused cop killer Christopher Dorner has taken another deadly turn. After a week on the run, police say a suspect matching Dorner's description was involved in a shootout with deputies.
We believe that someone was inside, and that was the person that stole the vehicle and fled, then abandoned the vehicle, ran into the forest and inside this cabin where he barricaded himself.
And there's no indication.
And was engaged in gunfire with our deputy sheriffs, shot 2 of our deputy sheriffs, and 1 of those deputies died.
The suspect was spotted Tuesday afternoon in the San Bernardino Mountains, several miles from where Dorner's burned-out truck was found. Authorities say he first held 2 women hostage in their home, including Jay Hilton's wife.
He had tied them in, broke in and tied them up, and then stole the car. They're okay. As far as we know, they're fine.
In fact, one of the hostages untied herself and called 911. But when deputies caught up to the suspect, he abandoned the stolen car and fled on foot, leading to a shootout. The tense moments of gunfire were caught on the air during this live report on KCBS. That's when authorities say the suspect barricaded himself inside this cabin. SWAT teams surrounded the home and released this message.
Enough is enough. It's time to turn yourself in. It's time to stop the bloodshed. It's time to let this event and let this incident be over.
But Dorner promised in his alleged online manifesto there would be no negotiating. Gunshots were fired. Then this blaze engulfed the cabin, a fire that burned through the night. Now, despite earlier reports that a body has been found at the scene, the LAPD says no body has been removed because the cabin is still too hot to search. Robin, Diana.
All right, thanks a lot, Brandi. Just to re-emphasize that point again, they're not confirming this is actually the guy. Some sources are saying all signs would seem to indicate that it is Dorner, but again, we probably will not know until tomorrow until they do some more forensic testing and that building cools off for them to go inside who this person actually is. But it's probably a fairly safe assumption to say it is the suspect.
And interesting about this cabin where he was holed up, the owner of the cabin was interviewed by another media outlet, and apparently he was asked whether or not the cabin was equipped with internet and television access because they were worried that he would be monitoring the media reports to see what their, although he knows their tactics, what their tactics might be to approach the cabin, while he was in this cabin. But of course, we now know that if he is the person that is in the cabin, and according to police, it sounds like the suspect that's in there is him. He didn't have any access to television or internet, which is what they were expecting. No, he did not have any access to
exactly.
it. So that's what they were hoping for.
We'll keep an eye on that story, of course, throughout the morning.